After the Whistle starts in Bellwood-Antis, where Tyrone quarterback Ashton Walk dropped back and aired one out to Dante Novak, who makes the leaping catch over the Blue Devils defender. His teammate knocks him over the celebration. Let's slow that one down and watch it again. Walk drops back, throws downfield on the money, and the celebration to boot. But would that be enough for the Golden Eagles to hold the lead? Welcome to After the Whistle. We've sent crews all over District 6 tonight to bring you up to speed on all-day action. Live from University Park, I'm Hannah Valcourt.
And I'm Eric Morris. More highlights are coming up, plus a look at what to expect from the Nittany Lions tomorrow against Kent State. Stick around for all that and more right here on After the Whistle. Well, Hannah, it's that time of year again. High school football rivalries are back, and we had a fantastic one this week. Tyrone went just 10 minutes down the road to battle it out with Bellwood-Antis. We picked things up in the second quarter where Ashton Walk would feed it to Dante Novak, who snags the score from the sky to make it 14-8 Tyrone with just 5:31 left in the first half. Now, Bellwood, they would bounce back. It's Braden Partner ripping off a 24-yard run to the crib to make it 14-14 after a failed two-point conversion. The game was tied just after halftime. The Blue Devils would eventually take the lead 21-14. Now, Colin Gibbons, he's going to haul in his second interception of the night right here to send it back their way. See the deep ball, high points it right there on the sideline, gets a nice little return as well, trying to follow his blockers. But it's just a few plays later, after his pick, Gibbons, he would punch it into the end zone, giving Bellwood-Antis a 28-14 advantage just before the end of the third quarter. Tyrone threatened, but Bellwood-Antis would hold on, and they would win 28-21, their first backyard brawl victory in 3 years. Bellwood-Antis improves to 3-2 and hosts Phillipsburg-Osceola next, while Tyrone drops to 3-2, and they're going to take a trip to BG next Friday.
Ranked number 2 in the state for the single A level undefeated Bishop Guilfoyle High faces 3-1 Central High School at Tiger Stadium tonight. The Dragons and Marauders come together at a neutral site in Hollidaysburg to sideline cancer. We pick things up 3 minutes before the half, BG leading 14-0. Torian Consiglio leaps to claim an interception for BG, giving them the ball at the 30. The Marauders hand the ball right back to Consiglio as he rushes up the middle and gallops in for the 20-yard score, extending the lead 20-0. With 12 seconds left in the half, the Marauders look to take on 3, but the attempt leaves the ground, ending the half with a failed field goal. Out of half, Bishop Guilfoyle look to continue their dominance as Chase Kissel connects with Hamilton Gates on a screen for a 15-yard reception. The Gates catch sets up BG for a 24-yard field goal attempt that Carter Bolin puts up through the uprights. The Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders would go on to defeat the Central Dragons 23-12. Bishop Guilfoyle will look to continue their streak as they head to Tyrone next week. Central will return home to host the winless Huntington Bearcats.
Also winless are the Penns Valley Rams as they visited the Bellefonte Red Raiders at Rogers Stadium tonight. Opening drive, Liam Halterman finds the end zone from 1 yard out, and then he finds our camera as well. The quarterback showing off some swagger, but a missed extra point would leave the score at 6-0 Red Raiders. Now later in the first quarter, it's Colton Shaver. He's going to tumble his way into the end zone. Their extra point was blocked, however, so the score remains 6-6. It's the second quarter now. Ashton Howell is going to get an 8-yard touchdown run on this jet sweep. The PAT this time would be good. That leads the score to 13-6. Now less than 2 minutes to go in the half. It's a 22-yard pass from brother to brother, Carter Ironside to Fletcher Ironside. He makes a man miss, and then they would not catch him. It's a 13-13 score headed into the locker room, but Bellefonte in the second half would just dominate. They win at home by 3 scores. It's 34-13 final. Penns Valley, now 0-5, will play host to the 5-0 Clearfield next week, and Bellefonte will travel to take on Bald Eagle.
Bald Eagle traveled to Phillipsburg, Osceola tonight after coming off of a loss to Tyrone last week. Bald Eagle quarterback Carson Nagel steps up into the pocket and throws a floater right to defensive back on Parker Lamb on the first Bald Eagle drive of the game. After a penalty-ridden first quarter, the Mountaineers get the ball into the red zone and on fourth down go for the faked field goal attempt with Lucas Peterson, connecting to receiver Jake Shaw. Mountaineer quarterback Archer Bauman takes it in himself for Pater on the QB sneak, making the score 7-0. Look at that great scramble right there by Nagel. Nagel steps up into the pocket and finds Grady Fisher wide open for the walk-in touchdown. Later in the quarter, Bald Eagle is knocking on the door of Phillipsburg Osceola, with Nagel finding Bo Taylor for a toe tap reception in the end zone as they close out the second half, up 12-7. The final score of the game was 33-14, Bald Eagle. Bald Eagle Area High advances to 3-2 on the season and are set to face off against the Bellefonte Raiders at home, while Phillipsburg Osceola moves to 2-3 as they prepare to match up against Bellwood-Antis for an away game.
The 0-4 Altoona Mountain Lions hosted the undefeated Central Dauphin East Panthers at Mansion Park Stadium tonight. It's Military Appreciation Night at Memorial Field with all the students dressed in camo as they await kickoff. Now we're going to start our highlights off on the third drive of the game as Damaj Jallo hit Santana Young with a 41-yard catch and run, making defenders miss. That was on a third down, and that would set the Panthers up in the red zone. They're going to go right back to him later in the drive. It's Santana Young again. It's on third down again. Another big conversion. This one goes for 15 yards, which would set this play up a few plays later. After some penalties, Jallo's going to hit Demir Maxwell over the middle for a 9-yard touchdown catch to put the Panthers up 7-0. Now into the second quarter, the Mountain Lions knocking on the door with a 4th and 8 at the Central Dauphin 17. Mark Harrington fires to Branson Adams, but it would fall incomplete, leaving the Mountain Lions hungry. The Panthers maintain their undefeated status as they go on to beat Altoona 34-0. Central Dauphin East will return home to host the Cumberland Valley Eagles. Altoona, still seeking their first win, will travel to Harrisburg to face Bishop McDevitt. Now, State High, they're going to take a big win tonight against Chambersburg 29-7, and Cambria Heights, they remain undefeated, taking down Northern Cambria 21-14.
And Moshannon Valley claims victory over Mount Union 18-6. Hollidaysburg wins big against Mifflinburg 37-29.
And on Saturday, Greater Johnstown will take on Westmont Hilltop at 1 p.m. at Price Field.
Last year, West Branch defeated Juniata Valley 38-0. So this year's homecoming was personal for the Hornets as they played for revenge. Let's take a look into the Inter-County North matchup. First, getting the crowd in their spirits here as they welcome out Juniata's homecoming court. The Hornets go up 7-0, but not for long as Corner Danko launches to Easton Edmage to take it all the way home for a total of 85 yards, followed by a successful 2-point conversion. The Hornets came to play double mascotted up tonight. Damian Williams hands it off to Andrew Clark, who runs it down the one, then on the next play into the end zone for his second of the night. Clark right back where he left off, walking this one right into the end zone. Clark again goes to run the exact play their next trip down the field, increasing the Hornets' overall lead 29-8. Williams dips to Jet Rant, who stiffs Branch to its roots, continuing to shake off not one, not two, not three, but 4 Warriors, making sure to get their revenge. Juniata Valley would go on to get the revenge and win 49-16. Juniata Valley advances to 2-3 on the season, and they will travel to Moshannon Valley next week to play the Black Knights. Meanwhile, West Branch drops to 0-5 as they will continue to search for their first win when they take on Cruinsville.
Now we're going to head over to Penn Cambria Stadium for a look at the Cambria Clash. Penn Cambria looks to stay undefeated, while Central Cambria, well, they're looking for their first win of the 2024 campaign. Under 3 minutes left in the first quarter, the Panthers are trying to capitalize on a Central Cambria fumble, but Gavin Harold is going to give it right back to those Red Devils. However, ensuing drive, Penn Cambria is going to respond. It's Marcus Eckenrode high-pointing the football as he takes the first of 2 first-half interceptions for the Panthers. With 6 seconds left in the first, Thomas Plunkett, he's going to punch it in from 8 yards out to give Penn Cambria the lead. They would convert a 2-point conversion to go up 8-0. Late in the second quarter, it's Central Cambria. They're in the red zone when the pass to Gabe Burkett is broken up. The Panthers would take over on downs. Now, Penn Cambria, they won't look back. They dominate the second half and shut out the Red Devils 36-0. The Panthers advance to 5-0 and face Westmont Hilltop next Friday. Central Cambria, they're going to continue to look for their first win next week against Chestnut Ridge. After the break, a Penn State football preview and a closer look at tonight's Backyard Brawl.
But first, here are some scores from around the PIAA.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Discover new favorites from PBS and locally produced shows from your station. Get the PBS Video app now and stream the best of PBS anytime, anywhere.
My skin, think it's time I find my place here.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Is it over? It's just the beginning.
I may be petite, but I'm as big as you get. You're taking my breath away.
Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
Amazing.
You could find out what you really believed in.
Well, what are you waiting for?
You belong here. This is your home.
What is your sense now of the humanitarian situation?
This is making me emotional.
We want to know what's out there.
This experience, I'm going to carry with me the rest of my life.
I'll always be so grateful for everything you did for me.
It's time I find my place here.
Over the past 8 years, Tyrone and Bellwood-Antis have split 4 games apiece in the Backyard Brawl. Reporter Evan Pochis was at the rivalry tonight. Evan, what was it like out there?
Well, college football had its Backyard Brawl last week, but District 6 had their turn tonight. This one definitely lived up to the hype.
Tyrone came into the night with a 2-game win streak over Bellwood-Antis, looking to keep up their dominance in one of the most heated rivalries in District 6. The Golden Eagles would flex their muscle early, jumping out to a 14-8 first-half lead.
Coming from a rough game last year, big loss, 34-0, we had to prove something. We had a lot to prove. We came out here and we proved it.
Big nights from Colin Gibbons and Braden Partner highlighted a heart-rending comeback win for the Blue Devils.
I mean, the O-line just made huge holes. I just went through it and I saw it and hit it hard.
Like all storybook endings, this one came down to the last play.
Tensions were high in the Backyard Brawl, but not higher than the last play of the game when Tyrone tried to spike the ball with a second left, but it turns out they had no time, and Bellwood-Antis would be declared the winner.
We just told them that they had to just believe that they were able to make that stop. That's something we talked about pregame. They have to believe in themselves, and I think that's coming of age for them as a player, that they did that and they were able to finish the game.
Bellwood-Antis would be the winner in this one, and the celebration was on.
So with that win, guys, the trophy returns to Bellwood, but Tyrone will get their chance next year to win it back. Reporting in the studio, I'm Evan Pochis.
You know, Evan, that's what it's all about here in Central PA, especially at the high school level. It's about physical football. It's about the rivalries, the emotions. You know, Tyrone, they might be down right now, but you best believe next fall they're going to be ready to take Bellwood-Antis on to try to win that trophy right back.
Yeah, there's nothing like a good high school rivalry. Thanks, Evan. The Blue and White are kicking off at 3:30 tomorrow in Beaver Stadium. Nico Rodriguez has the story.
The last time the Nittany Lions were at home, they pulled off the mere 7-point victory against Bowling Green. The week before that, Penn State dominated West Virginia 34-12. In their early season, the Nittany Lions have relied on various offensive weapons. Running back Katron Allen has tallied 121 rushing yards, 20 receiving, and 1 touchdown. Allen says since last year, his game has improved greatly.
I don't just got to get it out the backfield. I can get it from the slot, catching the ball, anything. So just catching the ball more, things like that, that's why I think I've improved.
In their 2-0 start, the Penn State defense has held opponents to 39 points. Defensive tackle Keziah Izard started off his senior season strong with 2 tackles, 1 solo, and 1 for loss. Izard has been focusing on certain aspects of his game.
I've just been working on my extension and running my feet on the line of scrimmage just to help me get off blocks and stuff like that.
After 2 games and 3 weeks, Penn State has a plus 14.5 point differential. The Blue and White are back at home after the bye week as they take on Kent State and look to advance to 3-0 before Big Ten play begins next weekend. This Saturday's game in Beaver Stadium will be Military Appreciation Day, and Coach James Franklin expects high intensity.
Yeah, I think, we're used to playing dominating football. Around here, we've been doing it for a long time.
For After the Whistle, I'm Nico Rodriguez.
Thanks, Nico. Now it's time to highlight our top 3 plays of the week. Starting off at number 3, dying seconds of the first half, Penn Cambria's Brady Jones launches for Marcus Eckenrode, who makes the catch off the tip drill. The Panthers won the Cambria clash over Central Cambria.
Now we're going to head back to Bellefonte. It's a 22-yard touchdown from brother to brother, Carter to Fletcher. Like I said earlier, he made men miss, and then they would not catch him as they take a 13-13 score into the half.
And finally, Tyrone's Ashton Walk uncorks one to wide receiver Dante Novak, who mosses a Blue Devils defender for the 19-yard score. I'm so excited for the next week of high school football, aren't you, Eric?
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. There's a lot of great plays tonight. We got to highlight a few of them. Obviously can't get to them all, though. Some other things we do want to highlight, though. There were a few homecoming celebrations around the district tonight. At Juniata Valley, Alana Bowmaster and Samuel Parks took home Prince and Princess, and Casey Norris and Ethan O were named King and Queen. At Penn Cambria, Gabby Lynch was named the Panther Queen, and the King was announced at their homecoming dance. Congratulations to all of these students celebrating around District 6.
For more updates about our show and our coverage of games, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ATWPSU. I'm Hannah Valcourt.
And I'm Eric Morris. Tune in next week for more coverage of District 6 and Penn State football, right here on After the Whistle.